just watched a movie about this. It's called The Experimenter, and like this is like the actual footage, but they covered this experiment and a bunch of other really interesting social ones about conformity and just people's willingness to just do what they're told. It's wild.
Just say
Dude,
what it
check
is.
this
In
out.
layman's term, bitches.
I mean, dude, for real though, think about this. Like, you can go to like the pharmacy or the grocery store or something, and you'll see all these people waiting in line to get into this one perceived line checkout,
Right.
whatever. And there'll be this completely other one that's open, and you'll be looking at everybody like, why is there like 20 people here? And then you just go right up there.
That is
and
a good point.
and you're
That
like,
is
boom,
something
I'm in and
that
out.
we
And they're
see.
looking at you like you're the crazy person. And you're like, it's not my fault that you didn't go to the open register. I would have let somebody in front.
You know what you hating?
When you walk up to it, you're like, all right,
Dude.
what's wrong with this register?
That is
That's
crazy.
what I'm
'Cause,
talking
like,
about.
There's nothing wrong with it.
that's something
it's just,
we
yeah.
see
Right.
damn near every
Because
time
it's
we
like
go to
they
the store.
they do they this line and file, single file. Though everybody else is doing this, so I'm gonna go right here. And you're like, yo, like, or the drive-through at the pharmacy. You know, sometimes that one lane's broken. We all know.
Right.
But the line will be clearly open. There'll be 5 cars in the window lane, and I'm like, skirt. I'm pulling up, man. I'm like, I'm taking it. I don't care if you're mad because you're stupid. Like, sorry.
So you got that there. All right. What's this? Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Almost here. Here's this, and we're gonna go over to that one. We're gonna do one of these,
Yeah,
just like
it's good.
that.
Real good.
And then this is yours, right?
Yep. Yeah, and this kind
Awesome.
of plays off that, man, because you know the conformity experiment shows us how we do it in just small social settings. These guys talk about exactly what we're getting to, and how in mass social settings, like through the social media, online presence, I mean, half that crap is bots and the algorithm just spamming you. And these guys call it for what it is, man. I mean, they put it simple.
Dude, shout out Duncan Trussell. This
Oh
guy.
yeah, man.
He's the man.
Him and Joe Rogan, shout out to their channel. Dude, you can always find some, I mean, thought-provoking stuff watching them.
Before you start this, like, can we agree when all that shit went down with like censorship when it all first started? Man, nobody saw it coming. Nobody really knew what was going on, and man, they had a flipping grip on it.
Dude.
Like and everybody just
Everybody
fell
did
for it.
exactly what they wanted them to, except
now-
for the people that didn't.
But now, everybody's pretty done with that shit. You know what I
They're
mean?
starting to wake up, man.
Yeah.
Like that Great Awakening
Right.
thing
It's
that they
happening.
talk about. I feel like people are actually starting to see things for what it is.
Well, look at your
Not en
pocketbook,
masse, but slowly they're
man. Look at your
trickling
grocery
in. Man.
cart.
Well, people, they weren't even considering the censorship thing because people have never had a voice like they do now. So it's just like, we went through an adjustment period, but yeah, now people are starting to wake up for sure.
That's a good way to put it, an adjustment period. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it was.
Yeah, we're calibrating, kind of.
I mean,
That's
really,
even better.
it boils down to
Damn.
if we don't let people say things that we disagree with or are completely outrageous or radical, how do we combat those ideas?
How do we compromise?
How do we bring them back to where, maybe
We could never evolve.
rational thought is if we are blocking that out completely? There's just puts them underground,
Right.
and then you basically start a cult of people thinking
Right,
like
there's
that.
there's no room to work through problems, and
Yeah.
there's no pathway to evolve.
See, that's the thing that this kind of brought to light is it's okay to disagree with people. Like
Sure.
when
Right.
somebody doesn't have the same opinion as you, like it's all right. Like
Chambers is
even
gay,
if it's
but
radical,
we could,
I
we're
disagree.
okay with that.
I disagree.
no, but like
Just kidding, homie,
as
I love
long
that.
as it's the
fine,
golden
no.
rule, don't kill anybody.
Right.
Don't if your beliefs are causing me to impact mine, then that's a problem. But it still leaves a
right.
lot of wiggle room for sure.
Don't press the shit on
Dude,
me. You know?
I'm going to put it this way. This is what I
Let's
tell
all
everybody,
coexist.
whether I agree with them or disagree with them, whether it's politically, morally, whatever. I'm a do what makes you happy kind of guy. Go live your life. I want you to have all the rights and freedoms that make you fulfill your wildest dreams, no matter what that might be. When I have a problem is when you start infringing upon me being able to do the same thing, or you try to start dictating me how I'm supposed to speak, what words I can and can't use.
How to address you.
Yeah, if I should dress you with certain pronouns. The likelihood is if you're presenting a certain way, I'm going to be a kind person and probably just talk to you that way.
Yeah.
But if you come out the gate demanding that I do, last thing you should do is tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
You know?
All these things are consequences of a very first world society. Like we have so much free time, we have so much comfort that we have the opportunity and the privilege to worry about this shit. It just makes me always think about the North Korea girl. I forget her name. Park. She's like, these social issues that you're all worried about here, it's crazy because like kids are eating rats like in fighting over them in North Korea, and it's like a famine. There's millions of people like just dying, and you guys are worried about like what I'm gonna address you as, like your pronoun. Get the fuck out of here. But whatever.
Man.
That's let's
Take
keep
all
it rolling
them
here.
pronoun preachers and stuff them in a third world country and let them figure out what it's really about.
Right.
Then let them come
guys.
back after
Pull
a
it
month and be like, hey,
Well, the Unabomber, he had this great theory, and we'll move on after that. And it's not necessarily far off. It's far out there, but he said that the downfall of civilization has to do with it started when we invented the container. The ability to store food and have a surplus of things, it's like a box, like a barrel or something like that. Because without that, you basically like hand to mouth, like you're eating whatever you get. So yeah basically. So here, we'll start this up. Duncan Trussell.
Showing the comments in TikTok are different.
Exactly. I think it's Instagram. Was doing it with her boyfriend, and they
Yeah.
were both looking at the same thing, but they had different comments.
Yeah. It's a
Comments were mocking the man, and the comments on his side
Yeah.
was mocking the woman.
Yes. Whenever I'm looking at comments, I make the idiot mistake of thinking this represents some consensus that, but actually, no, you're just looking at the algorithm serving the comments and the content. That is so up.
The comments are supposed to be a conversation about the thing. So if you're curating the conversation in an unnatural way,
Yes.
like that's very different than showing me what I want to see.
Yes.
Because now you're changing the dynamics of how things are discussed.
Yes, sir. That's the evil right there. That's the evil.
That's crazy.
The other assumption with the algorithm is that the algorithm is just like random, or it's using some set of variables and serving things up. But this is an idiot assumption. I mean, you could, if you are controlling comments, then that means like, all right, let's just like make people mad at each other. Let's make people completely pissed at each other as much as possible. Convey this idea that there's like these massive divides between us, and then they're gonna fight each other instead of recognizing they're pretty much the same.
Right, man.
Yep, he spoke the truth for sure.
I mean, that's spot on, bro.
These are things that we don't even think about, but they're happening. It's like because we assume, like you said, we assume it just be like a consensus, the sort of this is what people are saying, and you don't think that it's leaning in one way or another. But then if like you use a different account, like your girlfriend's, to look at the same post, wildly different shit. Like and it happens everywhere.
And
yeah.
wow.
well, I was gonna say, like, we're on the cusp of like that age group that understands this stuff and how it works, versus basically everybody older than us. They don't. They watch the news and it was news. This happened. This is where it happened. This is who was involved. This is the outcome. Blah blah blah. Move on to the next story. Now you watch the news and it's all opinion pieces. It's not. It's propaganda, man. It's not telling you what happened. It's like, we're gonna give you a few facts and then we're gonna tell you how to feel about it.
You know what I think's a trip?
What's
And I
that?
can really appreciate this. It's like within our generation, the time that we grew up, in, we've noticed like a change in the evolutions. Like it was so insane. Like back in the early 90s, you picture how you looked at life and looked at everything and how life was.
Yeah.
And to what it's evolved in now, it's absolutely insane.
Because we
dude.
didn't really question it as much back then. We didn't even know that there were alternatives to
If you
like, okay,
told
this
us
is
this
reality.
shit back then, we'd be like, what are you thinking
Yeah,
of
lock
living
'em
on
up,
a-
dude.
Is that a movie here or something? Like,
Right,
dude?
okay, buddy. Right, and then you'd be
Yeah,
the crazy guy.
okay, I have
Yeah.
too much of that,
But
right?
now we've got some
Smoking
things
other
that we can
fatty.
point to.
That's why you gotta. That's why I'm wearing the Wu-Tang t-shirt, man. Remember the
Wu-Tang.
track? Remember
So-
when it
shout out
was
to the
all
Wu.
so
Shout out to the
simple
Wu.
then? You know what I mean? Remember
Peace
that
to the
track though?
gods.
I remember when it was all so simple then, man. Like it's we've had this technological boom and then it booms faster and faster and faster. And we've moved from riding our bikes, knowing where everybody was because they're all on the front lawn. Nobody had a cell phone. Nobody was playing computer games for the most part. Xboxes didn't exist. We weren't online.
Dude, you told
and
your
then all of a
mama.
sudden,
You told your mom after school, going out with the boys, hop on your bike, you gotta take
And they
care of
weren't
the
even
town, go
worried.
fish and do whatever. They'd be
they're
like,
like,
all right, be
man,
home by the
dinner's
time."
at this time. If not, be home by the streetlights.
Right.
And boom, it's different.
Absolutely. Sorry.
I can't believe it.
I'm trying to figure out how to segue into this one. Should we jump into that
I
thing we were
mean,
talking about before?
I think it says a lot because we're talking about how easy it is to fool, fake, and manipulate people just through social pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But now think if you had the tools and
Y'all
the
better not be
advantage
busting the
of
shit on me.
completely putting the mask on.
fucking experiment on me, ain't it?
Okay.
In a
'cause
sense,
I'm
it is,
late.
man.
Because I was late today.
Think of masking up
Yep.
and having all the tools to your advantage and then putting that out there and everybody's going to know what we're talking about as soon as they see it.
All right. So
So this is
we
what
did a
we've
little
been waiting
experiment.
for.
Strap in, dude. Let's see.
You
We're
did
going to
an
show you what
experiment?
we're working on.
You guys did?
Okay, so have you ever heard of AI voice cloning? We talked about this a little bit the other week.
Shut up.
You can take a really small sample, you know, if you're at a store just ordering something somebody's recording, if you get like a 30-second to a minute-long
You
sample,
guys didn't do
you
my
can,
voice.
yeah, so we were thinking, we've got a couple hours of raw footage now of all of us talking, so I went ahead and snipped out 30 seconds of you, 30 seconds of Chambers, 30 seconds of me, and we're gonna just do a little experiment here. All right?
What?
So here,
Dude,
I've
this
got
is
these
gonna blow your
samples
mind.
ready.
Oh, this is cool.
Okay, so first,
Damn.
first we're just gonna do.
Damn.
Let's see. We've got. Okay, we have Tony. Here's let's go like this, and we'll go to the screen. Okay.
Did you do these already?
We haven't done you. I
You
tried
haven't
it
put
out.
me in, wait. So you haven't
There,
put me in the system?
there
yet?
was a blip
is great.
on radar for like weather.
So that we got 30 seconds of you talking, right?
You didn't put me in the system yet, did you?
No.
Then
No.
don't.
No.
I'll watch your guys.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't want to be a part of it.
Dude, I hate to break it to you, and that's a fine thought that you had. There's nothing wrong with it.
We're gonna be all over.
But you're already in the
Yeah.
system. Like, we didn't put you in, but it is,
Okay, do we? Okay,
you're
do
not
we?
awesome.
You've always been in the Matrix. We
Okay,
didn't,
do
we
we-
didn't
do
insert
we-
you.
Okay. So here. So we've just got all these. Here's mine. Let's load this up. The gosh, what is it? So there's a just me
not
talking like
Dogma. That was a
Then we
good one.
have
Right.
Chambers here. Let's see what this
This
is.
is a good segue because the link I
Yeah, 30-second clips of all of us. All right, so that's what
Okay.
we're working with. Now, I've got this website over here, completely free site.
Are you gonna have like
Oh,
another
just
art
watch,
show?
just watch, man.
Just watch the
Holy
settle up
shit.
partner.
It's like a
They're
roller
awesome.
coaster, man.
This is
You're
sweet.
strapped in.
This is
Just enjoy the ride.
So
Just
here,
enjoy the ride.
what I did here
Spence
is
is
shows
killing me.
file. We uploaded Chambers, for example, and we've got him in here. Just that sample that we were listening to. So then this is the standard. What's it called? The standard generated audio. So I'm just going to click that. And
Speechify has revolutionized my productivity with its custom text to speech voices. Partnering with Speechify allowed me to clone my own voice, making it faster than ever to create new audio and video content.
Okay, so that was Chambers. I did one.
That's
here.
crazy.
Here's mine. Let's go back a little bit.
That sounds like me. That is.
Speechify has revolutionized my productivity with its custom text-to-speech voices. Partnering with Speechify allows...
Should we do you?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So here, I'm going to load yours in. Again, we haven't done that yet. So we'll go Tony. Let's see. Tony. Okay. And then we'll go here. Agree.
Wow.
Again, this is free. This took about 5 minutes to do all 3 of our, things.
Well, we gotta put in this little.
Okay, yeah.
You know what we should do? We should. We can tell it what to say, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Here.
Watch.
Tell it to say something.
Check
and
it
check
out.
it out.
I got
and
you.
then,
No,
like, call
here,
our
here,
mom.
Here you go. Wait for it.
I went to a Diddy party and I was a bad, bad boy. I don't know what happened, but I can't walk right and my whole body is slippery. Take that, take that.
Take that.
Bro, dude,
Isn't that
that
wild?
was awesome. I think mine was the worst one.
I do too, to be honest. After listening to it.
You know why? You know why? The
'Cause I'm a
smallest
ninja.
sample size.
I
I
am
think yours
motherfucker.
was less. We were closer to a minute, but yours was about 30 seconds. So yeah, it's really about how much data you give it to work with. I mean, you could technically do this with like a 5-second clip of saying one word, but then it's going to be a little fuzzy around the edges. So yeah, but the good news is, you've got you've probably got an hour worth of stuff that you've said since we started. So
Tony, tell me what really did happen at the
You
Diddy
guys
party.
had that typed out already.
yeah, that was his idea.
I was like, yo, we gotta get him with the Diddy party.
Man, Chambers, I'm saying.
That's
wake
why I
up on
put the
floor,
take that,
man.
take that.
Fucking with the
I
wrong
knew
guy
you know
there,
it was
bro.
a joke. Take that.
Isn't that crazy, dude?
Man,
Oh, man.
I didn't know he didn't like his teeth. It's weird.
Damn,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
HOSTILE.
Oh man, let's
I
see
mean,
the other
apparently he
note that
likes
we
going
had.
to the dentist. I don't get it.
So again, there's not much of a segue here, but this is a good
I
one.
love you guys.
This is a
That
good
was
one,
funny.
man.
You guys too, man.
All right,
funny
this
as
is a
fuck.
topic that's going to be highly relatable to
Question.
anybody.
Does my voice sound funny at all to you guys? I feel like
I
it
didn't
does.
want to bring it up, but pretty much your
Dude,
whole
stop
life, bro.
fucking with me today, Chambers. Damn, man. What the hell me, bro?
It's good. I would have said something.
Okay.
So there are 2 groups of people that exist in the world, and I believe that neither of them are fully aware that the other exists. Those groups are people that wipe their ass from the front and people that wipe their ass from the back. Which one are you? I'm back. I go back. Now,
No, I'm on a whole different wave than you guys.
Shut up,
man.
for real?
Yeah.
He's like,
So-
I don't even use toilet
Now
paper.
check this out, man. So I'm on a throne, right?
Here we go.
And when I get on a throne, I don't want to get into too much detail, but I
balls got the toilet water.
I kind of cracked the crevice, sitting on there, making sure I got no fudge smudge streaks coming through.
It's technique involved.
So now, I get done. I know I'm done, and then grab a little TP. I always get the good TP. Fold a couple squares over.
sure.
I come
get the
from the
towelettes
front,
too,
but I
buddy.
actually
He goes
do.
from the front.
I actually do a scoop. I do a little scoop.
Like
so
with
I'm not
the
like
finger that-
wiping up the nutsack.
Uh-huh.
I'm doing like a little scoop and stopping at the edge of the rib, right?
Okay.
And I learned this from actually I heard this in the Middle East, where if you give somebody the middle finger, the reason why it came from that is because they would scoop their poop out with their left hand and then slat it on the floor, and then so if you shake hands with the left hand, completely considered disrespectful. But anyway, I do this with the TP, right? Get in there, do a couple, make sure it's solid.
Now, do you
No.
take your finger and kind of like go inside, like scoop, like what?
Like, yeah, I do.
Okay.
Not full finger in,
Sure.
like a little half moon kind of.
yeah.
You know.
Are we talking in the
But
tank
check this
area?
out. Check this out. Now then I got stage 2. Always keep the wet wipes on deck, baby.
Oh, your wet
always
wipe.
keep
Oh,
the
yeah.
wet wipe
He's a wet wipe
flushables
guy.
on deck. So then I go in there and do a little polish.
Mm-hmm.
Grab a couple more TP just to make sure it's dried out, and then
You go in dry, you end wet. That's the
No,
move.
no.
That's the move. The polish.
so you go in dry, polish, and then you come back with a couple dry squares. Just dab it up. Make sure
Yeah, choose your family, you know.
And
You just gotta love them for who
you
they are.
flush, and I do a nice, solid, good wash, and then I do another pump, do another solid wash. Like a little
Perfect
CP.
example.
But we're never going b-hole to teabag.
fucking
We're never
homie.
going
We
b-hole to
always gonna
teabag. We're hitting the ridge, and we know we scooped.
Okay.
It's a solid method. I encourage you to try it.
Time tested.
You need to write a book.
If you guys keep
know
the
what I'm
wet
saying?
wipes on deck,
Like a TED Talk.
you guys keep the wet wipes on deck. You know, you reach around, you got those flushable wipes. Try this method out. It's
I'm
gonna
off the wet
change
wipes
everything.
You know what? You know why you do this? Because you have all kinds of fucking time on your hands.
You want to know why? You want to know why I do this?
Go, motherfucker.
You wanna know why I do
got
this?
time to
Yes.
sit here and go
Okay,
in stages.
so-
and, well, it's time for
There
phase
was-
3. What size wipey? What
There
is
was-
thickness,
no.
sensitive, non-sensitive, fragrance, non-fragrance.
So I had to figure it out. I had to acclimate to the new climate out there in the dating culture.
No matter
right?
what, I'm always gonna love you.
And you know, right around 2010, the culture changed, and
When people
Ass
start
booty
eating ass
snacking,
more.
booty
ass
snacking
wiping
kind of
culture.
became this thing, and it was popular culture. And
Do you
I
let
was-
girls eat your ass?
What fucking chat room
'Cause
are
I've-
you
I'm
I'm
in?
not
about
naming
it.
names. I'm not
Okay.
naming names
All right.
here, and I've never asked anybody to
Speaking of
snack
eating ass,
the booty. But
See, this is what people want
I've
to know.
had voluntary people snack the booty.
Is it awesome?
It's interesting.
Is it?
I wouldn't
It's
say
not
it's
an
awesome.
everyday thing. It's like
It's
a
not.
treat.
It's like it's.
I have
it's
not
like,
had this happen.
It's like
either.
they're just getting wild.
What goes on
They
down
get a
there,
little
you
bit, you
want
know.
no part of.
They're down there. They're getting a little into it, and they just decide to go exploring. And
No.
you know, I'm
Have you
who
ever
am I?
went and explored?
Who am I
Do you
to
explore?
deny
Do you explore?
them the privilege
You get a car. You get
of
a
the
car.
polished beehole? You know,
Right.
and it's like, and if you guys are gonna sit here
No, I'm not
and
judging.
tell me that you never snacked a booty ever,
Oh yeah.
you're lying.
Yeah.
You know what?
You snacked
I
a booty.
have never had the tables
I got
turned
a
on me.
Quick comment. Quick
Dude,
comment. Quick
you
comment.
deserve it, Benny.
Hey,
You deserve it.
I do deserve
Not
it.
from me.
I do.
But you deserve it. If there's anybody out there that
deserve
wants
a
to
good
show
ass
this man, Tesla, are you a beehole
listen.
virgin?
listen, I had a comment.
Yeah.
Just a little funny. It made me think of this. Since we're on the ass eating subject.
Yeah.
I got this old school foreman I work for, right? And one day, me and him were shooting the shit the end of the day, and this new lady, HR lady, walks through the shop, and she's like 22, 23, something like that, with high heels. Where she looked good.
Yeah.
She walks by. It was this old guy who looks at me and goes, "Hey, I don't really eat ass, but I might test the water on that one." Dude.
It's
It's
a
trending
different
lately,
world,
dude.
man.
It's popular these days. Yeah, for sure.
I honestly
Now, to
never
answer your
thought I would.
question, I'm a freak. Whatever freak that moment needs to provide us happen. You know what I mean? Whatever mood is popping off.
I just
You know
can't
what I mean?
picture sitting there and having a girl, and I'm just like, dude, go for
Yeah,
it. I
I
can't.
mean, I don't think so, man.
But I'm
more
curious,
the
I don't know.
traditional taker to
See,
pound
you
town.
gotta hit it right, man. You gotta hit it right, you know. It's either like, you're sitting at the edge of the couch thing, you know. You're sitting at the edge of the couch, you're getting a little top. You scoot it up to the edge, man, and you just kind of
69 and
let it get a peek What's popping?
I'm picturing Chambers like bending over and the girls.
Man, I was kicked back like this. Check this out. One time for real. Kick back, getting topped, watching Lost.
Yeah.
She's digging down. And
Digging
also
down
she
what?
looks up at me and she goes, "Are you watching TV?" And I'm like, killing two birds with one stone. Like,
Multi-talented. Multi-talented.
I'm relaxing here. I'm
There's
just
too many pots in the
enjoying it
stove.
all.
I got shit.
No, but here's the main takeaway.
Eating ass is good.
Eating ass is great. Yeah, we all love it. But it can go both ways. So I'll report back if anything comes in
About eating ass?
about if I let somebody eat my ass.
We need to
I will
check in.
too. If that ever happens,
Inquiring
if I
minds.
was a pat here.
Dude, Joey Diaz, the
next time
comedian,
someone gets an ass eating,
you have to
we'll
talk
bring it
about
up, okay?
Yeah.
We'll
I think we'll
it
start
in.
to tally it.
Okay,
Let's get
we
a
got-
tally
we got
right
that
here.
details. We'll set aside a special 10-minute segment for
Take one of those cards
we want
right there.
details.
We
want
want
ass-
to take down a note.
Ass eating details.
Ass eating task.
Be a whole snack.
Full episode
Tally.
ideas and
Ass eating beautiful.
Ass
Okay, so here,
eating.
so there's a few takeaways. That's one of them. The other one is when you go out now and you're looking throughout
For
your
an ass
day
to
at the
eat.
different people that you may interact with, like you have to think like they might wipe from the front because frankly I've tried it
that's
and
so
it doesn't
tough.
work. It doesn't work. Now it could be
just
your,
doesn't make any sense.
It's all on the wrist, baby.
it could
It's
be
all
your
on the wrist.
brother. It could be have you ever witnessed? You have to ask
There's
yourself.
really that many out there?
I'm saying it's closer to 50-50 than you'd ever imagine.
No way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I can think like maybe females because they ain't got any roadblocks down there. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
It's a technique, man. You'll perfect it, and when you do, you'll be happy. Because
So leave a comment below.
Because sometimes you got you got to
Practice
scoop
hard
the
and
Frank and the
one day.
beans aside, but you get in there. It's in the wrist. You scoop, drop it in there. You scoop.
conversating
You're going.
unknown.
Like,
Wipe the
subscribe.
polish. You never go past the taint. You never
we
pass the
talk
taint
about
because then you
everything.
fudge smudge smearing. You're leaving drag strip. You don't want to leave a drag strip. And that's why it freaks me out when people say they wipe from the back, because I just feel like you got a drag strip right to crack your ass.
Oh man, it just seems like it makes more sense to me. But how YouTube lets you do a poll? We'll do a poll. You front wiper or front back wiper?
You a
Let's do a
front,
poll
back,
on ass
or
eating.
a specialized scooper.
We're gonna have a couple
We
polls.
got a couple
if we
polls.
can't
We'll
fit
come
them all
write
in.
that down. So an ass
Front,
eating
back,
poll.
or other. Let's
Wait,
find
ass.
out. And I want to know, do you use the baby wipes? I need to know.
Dude, I used to, but I've kicked him. I've kicked him, and I feel better. Here's the trade-off.
He goes, I kicked him and I feel better.
Yeah, because
You, have any withdrawals?
they say flushable, but I've heard from thousands
Have
of
you
plumbers,
relaxed?
it's just a marketing thing. It fucks up if it doesn't fuck up your home plumbing, it fucks up the sewers and it makes these congealed things. Because toilet paper dissolves over time.
All right,
the wet
all right.
wipes, but it
Hold on.
is such a luxury. It is great.
Hold on. All right. I
is
see
the-
where you're
what are
going
they-
with this.
hey,
I understand the philosophy behind what you're
What are the
saying.
polls?
But
What are the polls? We got ass eating and wipes. And
hold on. This is
Front wipe,
important.
back wipe.
This is important. So he kicked the wet wipes. He feels better about it.
You know what the trick was, though?
And he's talking about the environment, the
Right.
plumbing, the things that can get fucked up. You want to know what not using the wet wipes can fuck up? You getting your ass snacked.
That's true. I didn't think about that. No, here's the thing though. I asked you before, Metamucil. I'm telling you, that's the trick to not eating wet wipes.
Getting your ass.
If you eat enough Metamucil, you don't even need to wipe. I mean, I do, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like it's like a Teflon coating.
And this is what the podcast has become.
Yes. I mean, dude, these are things that everybody
We're in
deals
the
with every
thick
single
things
day.
now.
And we're just brave enough to talk about it.
Hey man, there ain't no
dialed
shame in
in.
my game, man. I got a patented technique.
Like I
I'm
said
confident
before,
in it. I've never had anybody come up complaining. Nobody coming up with a little piece of TP in their teeth or nothing.
Man, I've known you a long time, man. It's not too often I learn something new about you.
Right.
That's crazy.
You know, that's what it's all about. Just learning and just, you know.
Yeah, and speaking of learning, folks, like I said, man, before we talk about anything, you got any ideas? Give us a shout. Let us know. We will.
We're gonna
Yes,
solve
absolutely.
these
That up and
mysteries
running.
and more before we done doing this.
Absolutely. Okay,
We're gonna
let's
have
see.
everybody ass eating.
Let's see.
Edit that
The
out.
booty snackers are out there, man.
What we got next?
All right, let's see here.
There's some really interesting topics there.
You know,
Really cool.
absolutely. So we got here, face by the moon.
Okay, so before you start this one, I've seen a lot of different videos on this, and some of these are. Well, this one, for example, was the most credible one that I could find because the guy that took this video, he purposely took a video on an old school camera, so he couldn't like this shit. It's like film.
Like tweak it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, when
So
you
it's actually
zoom
filmed.
in on the moon, sometimes there's this fucking creepy ass face. And what made me think of this is that I was watching some content yesterday, and I saw another one. I lost the video of it. I don't remember where I saw it. But it made me look this up because this is the best one. I figured the best piece of evidence that I have.
Okay.
That I think is evidence of the subject. But I've seen a lot of videos, different ones, of this shit. And it creeps me out. I look at the moon every night to see if I can see this.
I've been thinking
man.
about getting a telescope.
I got one at home. Do you want me to?
Ooh.
Do we want to do?
I got too many projects. I'm gonna be hitting you up about that.
I was gonna say, do we
Bad
want to
idea.
do like a
Sounds cool, man.
telescope footage vid to do one day?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
We
Here.
should start doing once a month a group experiment. Like even like we could go outside and do stuff, go to places.
No,
We should
I
do
don't
some-
like that. It's just going outside.
outside
podcast.
I'm just kidding. I'm down.
Randonautica.
I'm totally
Oh
down.
no, fuck! I feel like there's something spiritually, like I don't know, like I shouldn't be fucking with that, like a Ouija board. I'm not gonna lie on that.
Oh, I'm gonna scare the hell
I
out
don't
of you
even put that
guys.
shit on my. I only put
Yeah.
that shit on my
I
phone.
did it one night when it first came out.
You showed it to me.
What if
Yeah.
I told you there's a Ouija board within 5 feet of us right now?
I will not touch that shit, dude. I will never.
Man, I'm
fuck with
protected
those
by the
knives.
armor of God.
I am not touching that. I didn't even know Pazuzu coming out with a fucker, dude.
He's gonna you be the one to go
I'm gonna
into the
get you.
sea
I'm gonna
here and
get you.
start tweaking like that one girl.
No, dude. I will never touch a Ouija board.
Should we start this up? Let's see
I
what we
did
got
once
here.
when I was younger. I don't think it worked. And
No,
I just said
man,
goodbye
no.
right away.
But you didn't do it.
Not
with,
interested.
Okay. We'll put it in the baby pile. Let's check it out.
It
It is February 28th, 29th, 28th, 29th. I have got me a better quality camera to catch this thing in the sky. And holy moly, I am scared.
This is a trip.
I'm scared, but I'm not going to trip because I've been catching this thing
Listen to
for a
that
while
zoom.
now.
That's
It's very
awesome.
ominous.
The mechanical
There he
zoom.
is. There he is.
It's like a
There he
fetus.
is.
You see the face?
What?
There he is.
Damn.
Huge
Dude, a
face.
lot of people
Looking right down on us.
I call
See
bullshit.
if I can zoom in a little bit brighter.
I do too.
There
But
he
There's
is.
call
so
bullshit.
many videos of this happening.
There's the moon. Oh, I lost it. There it is.
There's something about this.
See if I can get a better picture
He
of
took
the
this
moon.
with the
It's
camera.
supposed to. There's my hand in front of the
You
camera.
cannot fake this signer.
So
I don't know.
you can fake it. You can totally fake it. Just because it's an old thing, you dump it into a computer and you can run After Effects on it.
If anybody in the any of our viewers know anything about this and
I
can
mean-
shine some light on the subject, because I've done a little digging in it, and I everything I find keeps
That would
saying
be
that this
so
shit's real.
Well, now I want to do the telescope a little bit more because it's one thing
we
for me
should
to call
really-
bullshit, but I want to just
Can we
know
dig
for
into
sure.
this one, guys? Because like
Absolutely.
I can't figure this one out. And
What
it's
I want to
creepy.
do is try to fake it myself. Because here's the thing.
Damn, Benny,
It's-
what can't you do?
Well, no, it's really. I totally understand because they used the vintage camera where it was made before we had all these special effects. So that's one thing. And then it's also very found footage where it's like just a guy that's shooting a home video, so it looks authentic.
Yep.
And that's what you have to factor in.
So how would you go about like actually doing something like that? Or I mean, we have AI now.
So,
you can
like
pretty
my
much-
parents have their old camcorder from like 1993, the Sony Handycam. Anything that you shoot on it looks that
Oh,
retro
so you're
thing.
gonna actually like try to duplicate this
Yeah,
video.
I could.
Oh,
Absolutely.
cool, man.
Yep, because the things you can do with Adobe After Effects and any sort of editing program it's like, I'm not going to say terrifying, but it's pretty crazy. It's you know how easy it was to do that fake voice thing? Same level. It's just copy and paste or watch a YouTube video and they're like, yeah, you want to do a face in the moon? Here, 3 minutes later, you're like, okay, I know how to do it. I've never done it.
I'd be relieved if it wasn't real.
Well,
But a little bit of me is like,
No promises.
oh, this is so
I might not be able to debunk this, but like, I have an idea of how I would go about it if I was going to try to fake it. So
What do you guys think? We should start going about debunking.
add a task for that for sure.
Well,
like,
the thing that I would say about it is
Could be like
it looks
Mythbusters, but
totally
with-
cool,
Sure.
but I think it's fake. I'm siding with Benny, but I think it's some
If you guys
really cool
want-
footage.
If you guys
Like a
get a
cool
chance to dig
video.
around, what do try to do? Dig around a little
Absolutely.
bit and see some of the other footage that I've seen of it.
Yeah, so that's the other thing that makes me kind of curious is the other footage, right? Like, it's
There was one that had 3 different people seeing the same one from
Yeah.
3 different areas.
definitely note it down. I think
Well,
we can.
I hate to like bring this up because you weren't here when we were talking earlier, but this kind of like a offshoot of this. I was telling Benny about how like in 2012 I found this app, like it's called like a ghost app, and you could take like any photo from your library and then like take one of these like ghost images and then play with the transparency and things like that. So I had a picture of Mason when he's like only like 2 years old. He's in the hallway playing with like his toys, a little buggy thing, and the door to the bedroom was open and it was dark in the bedroom. So I like put this little ghost girl off in the corner and stuff, posted the picture under the assumption of I was posting my kid playing and made a comment like, oh, he's so cute, blah blah blah. And I had at least 100 people freaking out going, there's a ghost in the bathroom, blah, blah, blah. And I let this go on for like a month. And finally I go, y'all realize this is fake, right? And they're all, not one comment said, this is fake, this is Photoshop, blah, blah. All these people went for it.
That's another good
100%.
experiment we could show. We could just do a 2024 version. Whatever.
It was like, and this is back in 2012, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Off of a iPhone, what did I have then? iPhone 4S or some
Right.
stupid, whatever it was.
If we do it subtle, that would be a cool one. Just very like you barely notice it in the background
That's
or
how it
something.
was, man. Just like a little, almost like a watermark. You know what I mean?
I like that.
And it was
yeah.
it was like a little girl in like period clothing, so it kind of gave that vibe. For
sure.
It was funny, man.
So when we first started to give, what's it called, lunar photography, like we had satellites. Wait, no, maybe it was Mars. We sent out a Mars probe. It was recording craters, and this is before we had good resolution. It came back with a face, like there's a face just looking at the camera on Mars, and it was like, what the fuck?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's
Like
because our
from the
brains-
stand up.
Our brains are
that
designed to
pareidolia or
recognize
It's
faces.
called
Pareidolia.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a science thing for sure. Like it's like a medical chemistry thing. But once we got better resolution, scanned the exact area, and it just sort of, it wasn't a face. So I don't know. It's just, but yeah, if we were just trying to fake people out, we could just put a little thing that looks like a face and just let them run wild with
I'd like
their.
to see that. We should really try and do that. Duplicate that video. That'd be awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So on to the next one here.
Yeah.
Unless you got
Well,
something yet?
I just have one comment. It's pretty short. I was gonna say, you wanna know something's kind of crazy too? Is how Samsung was running that all marketing and how they could take pictures of the moon and the iPhones couldn't, blah blah blah. And they were, dude, it was all fake. It was AI superimposing because the guy tested and did like a light bulb. It put the moon over it, and so it was like they were saying like, oh, we got the ultimate camera, blah blah blah, and it was just. It was all
on
software.
something kind of close to that subject. Did any of you guys hear about that app coming out where you can order sunlight?
Order sunlight?
Well, the thing is, these guys. Can you do a quick Google search for me?
So like,
Just order sunlight
it's a
app.
Heartblood app.
I think the app's out already. They're not fully up and running yet. But the thing that they say they can do is they're gonna have tons of mirrors orbiting the planet that you can order sunlight, and these mirrors will reflect off the sun to wherever you are, turning within a 5-mile radius. Like,
Wow. That's wild.
and you
This
can
is-
order it.
This is what's crazy to me is like, we got the internet.
But here.
You
Here we
see
go.
it?
Reflect. Hold on, let me just bring this over to this one.
It's a little video clip.
There we go.
This is actually a real thing.
But don't trust that fancy video. Hold on. Let me just make this. There we go.
And this is another one. I did some digging on this, and I can't debunk it.
Let's see. But no, I can introduce this. We want to make it as easy as possible. Log into a website. Tell us your GPS coordinates. We'll get you some sunlight after dark, he said at the time. What's new, however, his company's website shows using Reflect Orbital service could look like in very palpable, exciting way. Yeah, it's easy to make a website look good and promise a ton. Let's see what else we got here.
Does it say it's fake?
Appears to show how this could work in practice. He uses an app to pinpoint a location on the map. Once he hits it, the actual physical space he's standing on is illuminated. The camera turns up. You can see a light shining from above. I think it's like a theory. Video posted by
I
Noah
know they're
here.
using to test runs before they put the satellites up. Or
God. Looks like Reflect Orbital has a new lighting service. You can like play with the spot. But hey, watch this.
Okay.
Bring it over to us here. Isn't that crazy? No way.
Yeah. So
right?
What do you got?
That's a proof of concept
like-
at best. I could make an app that does that looks like that, and then it's just a matter of like getting a light and then shining it in the dark. So I mean, the video is well done.
See, here's the thing. I saw this, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And the only reason I brought it up again is because some other content creator that I watch, pretty credible stuff, pretty credible guy, can back all this shit, brought this up and said it was actually real, that they're in the trial runs of testing it with hot air balloons right now, and that they're going to be sending up the mirrors soon enough so they can actually, and that it's actually going to be pretty fucking expensive to do.
Oh, I can
to the
imagine.
app.
To put, I've looked into this for some personal projects. To put a kilogram of
No, to order the sunlight from
right,
the
I know, but like I'm thinking infrastructure. What would be required? You need a satellite with a mirror on it. To put 1 kilogram into space orbit, like low Earth orbit, is $1 million. So they'd have to, if any company. And it's like there's other questions I have just from a programming point of view, like what's the time frame here? Because if you only have one satellite up, you figure like, do you get light for 1 minute? There's 86,000 minutes
I know
or seconds
when
in
I
a
was
day.
listening to one of those things about it, they were saying like, yeah, you can have a party and you're going camping, you want to have a party out in the fucking forest and turn on all the lights.
So it's not impossible though. It's not. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is it?
I believe everything nowadays
But-
with the internet.
You gotta think also like
Everything is real.
Let's say when you look up and you see the ISS,
Yeah.
think about how fast that moves through the sky.
Oh, yeah. Relative
so,
to the Earth,
I mean,
it's-
the
yeah.
amount of satellites and how many they'd be transferring through if you block even a block an hour,
Right.
you know, of time. it would. I mean, because if you watch in the sky, see the ISS, it's less than 15 minutes before
It's
that time
not gonna
it's
be
gone.
one satellite. It's
Oh, I
supposed to be
know.
like a line of them.
Right. Like Starlink, probably
Yeah,
like
kinda,
that.
yeah.
So the other thing is, I don't know. Okay, satellites like the International Space Station, I know that orbits around 250 miles above Earth, which is I think low Earth orbit still. But
We've never left lower
so
Earth.
what I'm trying to do is like reverse it. Like if you take a mirror and you shine it, like there's really nothing comparable. But that isn't to say that the sun was coming in. I wish I could draw a picture. We'll get the whiteboard set up one of these days. But like, I'm sure there's some science, because you can take like if you were in space and you had your awesome laser pointer that can light cigarettes, could you? What's the max
Chambers
range
got
on
one,
that?
too.
Like 1 mile, 10 miles? It's
Oh,
hard to
that-
know
No,
when you're
that
pointing
one,
into the sky.
that one reaches like the stratosphere, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gave Chambers one of those
Yep.
a while back.
I looked
when,
into it.
When I first gave it to him, I went to my house, back to my house. I went to the second floor out of my son's window. I was like, "Yo, can you see this from your crib?" He lives by downtown.
I still got the pictures.
You can see my
I do.
laser. I can see
It's
his.
our bat signal. Like I'll do it. He probably doesn't catch it, but every once in a while, if I'm under the porch, I'll shine it over his neighborhood and see if I get a text back like, "Yo, you shot on a laser."
That's awesome. So, I mean, from like a development point of view, I could make an app that could do that. Then it's just a matter of like, okay, do we have financial backing to put a satellite up with a mirror on it? Because if this was on Mythbusters,
But think about the demand aspect of
Yeah.
it
it
too.
would be called plausible.
But think about it, dude. Like a billionaire fucking investor looks at this idea like, this is like the first of its kind. Who the fuck wouldn't want this to be the first? Dude, you'd be banking, dude.
Here's where I kind of
Sounds
run
like a
into an
risky
issue.
investment.
It's
would
like,
be, yeah.
Let's say the huge
lot of pennies.
investment, they do it. They got this ring of mirrors circling the planet. Now, we also know that this would be an app where people are purchasing. How many people are ordering sunlight at a time, and how much is capacity?
Yeah,
Like,
what's the capacity?
you know what I mean? Like,
Let me
it doesn't sound like it's going to cater to that many people. It sounds like, yeah, maybe a billionaire that's out on a yacht in the middle of the night. He wants a little sunlight so his girls can get tan. Maybe.
That's what this kind
Where's
of
the common sense?
like,
Dwayne Chikowski has an extreme
stuff I
agenda, unsustainable
heard about
spending,
with this.
raising costs.
Yeah.
brought that up.
Hi guys, Craig Beals again, and I'm sure every one of you has seen one of these big
This is that makes me think of. If they do it with a mirror, what's to stop them from doing this?
old TVs. They're becoming kind of obsolete because they don't have high definition and they start to wear out on the inside and they just don't have the picture clarity that the new ones do. So you can find these cheap. In fact, oftentimes you can find them free. Now, what would I want with a big TV like this? Well, this screen right here has a Fresnel lens inside. What happens is light comes from the back, it shines up on the screen and it makes a big picture. What happens if we do the opposite? Take light from the outside and let it focus in to one beam. We end up with a huge solar death ray. And that's what we have here. So this is the front of that television.
Dude, this is
You can
legit.
see it looks like a big magnifying glass. And on a nice sunny day, it focuses that beam of light into one small point and look at how it causes this wood to burst into flames. The crazy thing is, the sun is 93 million miles away. And we're just taking a small slice of it and focusing it into one spot, and boom, look at this wood
So
burst
it's not
into
just wood.
flames.
He'll do.
This is
He can
it.
melt
This is the
steel.
Fresnel lens.
Damn.
Because he refines
it's
it.
gotten-
So the only reason I bring that up is like, it makes you think like, if this is on an app, you saw him like zooming around, like what's to stop it from like just not being a little like Tinkerbell like flashy light thing to being a focused fucking thing? And you're talking about like an intercontinental weapon.
It gets hacked.
There's a
And
lot
now
of
we know what
considerations.
the app's really for.
Really makes you think. Something to think about.
I don't know if
If the
I was,
Mythbusters
if I
said
was
it-
the billionaire investor and they were asking for money, I'd probably be like, hell yeah, that sounds
Elon.
cool. Let me see it work.
Next
Maybe.
spaceship you send up, put a mirror up there and let's start this.
He's like,
I
oh, we already have
probably would
thousands
back
of them.
out.
We have
Right.
thousands
Back
of
out.
mirrors.
I could see lawsuits coming. Fucking like
Burn down
this
your
guy
neighbor's house for
fucking
the dog barking and stuff.
fried him like an ant.
All right, this is the last one I think we've got here.
Okay, this I ran across the other day. The James Webb Telescope. That
Yeah.
thing is pretty fucking amazing. Apparently,
badass.
if we can actually get past firmament, and this is actually going on out there. Not that I'm a flat earth or anything, but anyway, yeah, dude, I saw something yesterday about the today, the James Webb Telescope. Seen what do they call that when an Earth look-alike? What do they call it? It's like an Earth.
Doppelganger?
No, it's
There's a special word for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it noticed this planet. It's only 9 light years away. Yeah, and
nice.
it's got the only way that it could have this certain gas coming out of off of it is if it has living stuff and oxygen on this planet. So it's 9 light years away.
The closest star is 4 light years, I think. So that's, I mean, in the big scheme of thing, that's right next door, basically 9 light years.
In a decade, we can go to a different planet. What's a light year compared to a year?
It gets complicated. So a light year is just
based
the
on speed of light travel.
Yeah, it's when if you have a flashlight, you shine it at the wall. There's an amount of time. It's really quick, but like that beam goes from the flashlight to the wall, and it's like 1 trillionth of a second. But it's a light year is the amount of space that light would travel in 1 year. So it's like the speed of light traveling for a year. So it's a really long way.
So 9 light years is like 100 years.
So
Way more
even
than
if we
that.
could travel at the speed of light, which we can, it's currently theoretically impossible because you would need an infinite amount of energy. But if we were traveling 99.9% the speed of light, it would take us 9 years to get there. So a little over 9 years to get there. So it's a long way away. But there are things that we're looking at with the James Webb Telescope that are hundreds of millions or even billions of light years away, because we have a light horizon around us. They say the universe is 13.2 billion years old, so that means that we can see 13.2 billion light years in any direction, but we don't know what's beyond that. But by comparison, 9 light years is literally right next door. So I mean, it's not out, not there's farther things that we could go to. So
Yeah, it's all relative in perspective.
Yeah.
Like I've had friends from like Australia that I met online and like UK and stuff, and they come to America, and then of course they start going to different states and checking out, and they're like, we could not believe how big the United States is.
yeah.
And it's not even that big compared to some of these other places. And they're like, it blew our mind that we'd be driving for hours and hours and hours and still be in the same state.
Right.
And I'm
Right.
like, yeah, it's kind of crazy, man.
Well, like we get used to it. We know of like state sizes, the size of California or whatever. But there's 50 of them. Some are smaller than others. But the truth is that, like, I mean, Wisconsin, it's about the same size as South Korea, I think. There's like 10 times more people in South Korea, maybe more. But so the density's packed in. But yeah, we have a lot of space over here for sure.
wild.
Yeah, definitely.
So this video, the James Webb Telescope just saw this, and if everybody they know it was me, and I mean, if you don't, you'll eventually figure it out. I'm huge on the UFO, UAP, alien
I
phenomena.
always expect at least one.
All kinds of stuff like that. This kind of gave me a little on my old shit meter.
Let's see here.
I ain't no bitch. I ain't scared because I would take these motherfuckers out. But at the same time, I don't want my kids getting scared. I'll be fine. My kids, I just don't want them getting scared.
Fair enough. Let's check it out here.
Telescope has discovered an armada of spaceships that are heading towards Earth.
The James Webb Telescope had spotted an armada of alien ships heading toward Earth at near light speed.
And the reason they're saying it's technically alien spaceships is because a meteor doesn't course correct. And apparently this fleet of city-sized objects was headed one direction and then course-corrected towards Earth. And if you're not aware, the James Webb Telescope is like our strongest telescope. It is specifically designed to look deep into space and time. It can see light that has traveled billions of years to reach us. And just to put that into perspective, it can see light 13.6 billion years ago. I know, that hurts my brain too. And some people believe that it's going to take years for this armada of alien spaceships to reach us, and some people think we're only weeks away. And if you were to ask most people, they'd probably say it's about time. But what do you guys think about this? And if aliens were to come to Earth, would you be scared or would you be excited?
I think the aliens are gonna come here and they'll be like, these guys are fucking idiots. We're out of here. This is stupid, wasting their time.
Yes.
I think we're like the crappy zoo exhibit that you just kind of pass by when you're walking by and you see the penguins, you stop for a minute, they're like, oh, these guys are kind of fun to watch, and then you make your way down and then like you see the prairie dogs pop up and you're like, oh, those are kind of cute, and then all of a sudden you get to like this area where there's like just some chicken or geese or something walking around, you're like, whatever, you just keep moving. You know, and that's, if any intelligent life exists out there, I think they would look at us and be like, yeah.
Well, they'll probably be like, well, these guys haven't like killed themselves enough, they haven't evolved enough.
Right. All they do is fight with each other and shoot
look at
each
us
other.
like we're like cavemen, you know. We're still rubbing two sticks together for fire in their eyes.
Well, I'm of the opinion this isn't our first go around.
These motherfuckers talk without speaking.
I think humans come in cycles, man.
Down, son.
Hear this? Where's
You gonna pull up the Splutonium video?
What the hell is that?
Please.
All right, here, let me just set this up. Just the last thing that I have to show. Because, yeah, talking about when aliens come to Earth, it's just a matter of when, right? But what's going to be like? What technologies are they going to have? Like, are they going to be more advanced than us? Probably.
Are they coming here to harvest us?
Yeah, but then this is a good dramatization of it. This lady's interviewing Denzel, I think his name is. Yeah, let's see what she has to say.
Excuse my ignorance. Do you need food for sustenance? Is that...
No. See, we have our skin sucks in both the moon and the sun and feeds us.
Huh,
much
well,
like
the moon... and I'm, again, what do I know? I'm just a human. The light from the moon is the light from the sun.
so I basically take, most of my energy from the sun.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah, and if it
Absolutely
gets reflected off
fascinating.
the moon, I'll take that too.
Please excuse...
Oh, man.
See, you can tell they're advanced because he knew when he was wrong. He was willing to accept, like, a better sort of, like, opinion. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, gotcha. I see what you're saying. So maybe we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah, but that's smoother than most people.
You guys want to help me dig into that a little bit so I can sleep better at night?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can do it.
I don't like that.
Yeah, make a note.
I don't like that shit.
No, don't worry. We'll help you sleep. We'll get you to sleep. I promise. There's a lot of things. Did you? Yeah, definitely make it. We got a lot of homework to take away. You're eating ass, wiping,
We got polls to make.
fucking polls and shit about
Booty
eating ass.
snacking.
Yeah, booty snacking. Yeah, absolutely. No, so it's. What was I gonna say about that? So is the course correction. No, the course correction that he mentioned. The thing about that is when you're traveling through space, specifically our like solar system, there's like fast ways to do it and slow ways to do it. For example, like Mars can be really, really, really far away to the point where like if you tried to leave Earth in a probe or whatever, a rocket, when it's at the furthest distance, it would take you like 8 years to get there, but we're constantly moving and it's like either getting further or closer. So there's ideal times to go where it can be as short as 6 months versus like 8 years or whatever. And sometimes to do that, they'll have to do creative things like slingshot around the moon, like to get a gravity boost. And what I'm thinking when something is course corrected, nothing is resistant to gravity as far as as far as I know. So it's possible that like something really heavy with a lot of gravity and I don't know how far out those skyscraper-sized objects were, the Armada, but it's possible that they fell within like the influence of gravity of something, and then that would cause their course to change. Because
He is a man. They're headed our fucking way.
Yeah, dude, what are we gonna do? No, but yeah, we'll have to look into that. We got some.
So it
some
actually
things.
could just be. It's just like that. Muamua. You remember that? It came
Right.
in from the only solar. What do they call it? Object from.
Yes.
Out of our solar system, came into our solar system, slowed the fuck down, then went back out.
Right.
But like gained speed when it went back out.
That's the thing. I had the gaining speed.
And that didn't look like a ship. But they said it had intelligence.
It makes me think of the Planet 9 or whatever. You know, the
Nibiru.
Yeah.
District
yeah.
9.
District
I see
9. Yeah,
I
that's a good
see a
movie.
lot of videos on Nibiru, dude, and it's like I still don't see it yet. I look up in the sky all the time.
No, man, I don't know about that. I think that was.
I do have a few photos that I took of two suns one morning. One over here and one over there.
Was it the moon? Because sometimes the moon
it
can
was
look like the sun.
It was two suns. They were both rising. It was two sunrises. I have the photos to prove it. I was going to work that
believe
morning.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We'll save that for another. We'll have a whole episode.
You know
about
what? I'll bring
double
that
sun
up
theory.
along with the episode when we tell ours. We're gonna do an episode with personal stories.
Nice.
And I know you got some paranormal shit people really need to hear.
Yeah.
And then I got some alien shit going on. And what you got some stories, buddy?
I can get weird. I've been
You
pretty
got some
far out
weird
there.
shit?
Yeah.
I can get weird. I'm white from the back. I can get weird.
Awesome. Booty snacking.
Well, I think that's a pretty good place to wrap it. What do
All
you
you
think?
booty snackers out there, like and subscribe.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
That's right.
Leave comments. Let us know how we're doing.
Are
know,
you a front wiper
check in.
or back wiper?
Yeah, we are going to be
Let
making
us know.
polls for this.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah,
That's
if you guys need a poll done, let us know. But we're going to get you guys the info you need to hear, whether or not you should wipe it from the front or the back, what your neighbors are doing. Yeah.
All right.
Getting real nasty with it.
Well, until next time.
Yep. Signing off.
Peace.
Peace.
Conversation unknown.